Alright, we're back. Interruptions. Okay, so now I'm going to try to get this out of here. This part comes out easy because I'm holding it in now. So we're going to go ahead and whack it. Trying to get the snap ring clearance so you can get to the snap ring. So that moved it over a little bit. So right in there you can see the snap ring. Now there's a gap. So now I got to rotate it until I get the spread of the snap ring. Get the thing out of gear would help. Look for where it's split. Okay, right there is a split of the snap ring. So I can bring it back just a little bit. I'll lift up and I'll push over the screwdriver and get it unhooked and out of there. Usually you destroy it doing this because it doesn't really come out anyway easily, but we'll see. First we need a little hook tool. So we got a little hook tool right here. So we'll use that to get on each snap ring, and then the screwdriver will just pop it out of the groove. Hopefully. It's dark in there and can't see squat, so that didn't help. Oh, it's on the other side of the clip. Oh, it's not where I thought it was. Yep. So once you get it out, try to rotate to the next spline without having it drop back in. The first one that you're trying to hold it from can be interesting, which means it's a pain in the ass. Okay, it's coming, but I don't want to stop to show you because it'll pop back if I do that. Kind of like eating with chopsticks. Hard to explain. You just have to do it. You get in there, you can kind of see how we're working the thing over. We started way down on the other side down in there, and we've been working around as we go around the circle. You gotta get far enough over, it doesn't spring back on you. So right now I was able to get this on the back side of that instead of on the front side and flip it around that way. That's the opposite way of doing it. See over here, you can see how it's already in the groove still. So if I come in there with a screwdriver now, I can maybe just wedge it over like that. You gotta get under it a little bit too. Yep. Hard to tell where I'm at here. Okay, looks like I pretty well got it over. Once you get over far enough, you should be able to just push it over with the gear a little bit. Doesn't want to go though. Okay, gotta take two hands to do the work here. Can't film and do the work at the same time. Didn't work very well. Make sure that thing's all the way over. Here's to be. Okay, I can't go any further because the gear is hitting on the speedometer drive gear. I got the clip all the way over. So the clip now is all the way over against the dog right there, and the gear is hitting against the speedometer drive gear right there, so it can't go any more that way. Now, how are we going to do this here? Okay, we're going to knock this gear out of here, and the bearing and everything will come out, which will allow the gear to slide over until we hit low. It might not go past low, because it might be too big. But once we get that far out, maybe we can get the shaft out. But I don't know. So that's the part I don't know, because I haven't done it this way before. Right now it looks promising, but I'm not sold on it going to actually work. But we're trying. Okay, now if we get a couple blocks under here, we can just knock the shaft straight out. Or a piece of wood. Get some room for the shaft to come out a little bit. That's a two piece of wood, but that would take like a lot of work around here to get two pieces of wood. Yeah, another piece of wood. Alright. Now I can go ahead and just knock the shaft straight down, hopefully. Get our brass drift here. See how much it goes down. Goes down until it hits. You heard the hard hit. So what hit? It's not bottomed out on the table. It sounded pretty solid. We're all right. It's the bearing race knocking it out. Yep, it's out. Okay, so we knocked it out pretty far. We hit the table with the shaft. We did hit the table under there finally. You can see how the shaft is just going through the gear. The gear is also dropping down like that, which means we're going to lose all our bearings, so we need to get that back up. So there should be a tool around here for doing that. That's an intake manifold tool. Transmission tools. Should be a zinc chromate washer around here somewhere, which I don't see. That's the problem I had last time I was looking for it. I have a washer goes in here and you have a nut on it to hold it. But yeah, just like last time, I'm not seeing it anywhere. So it's hidden someplace, so I don't know where it is. You spend a half hour looking for a tool and just do the job without it. There it is. It's in the drawer it's supposed to be, just can't see it. There we go. That goes on there, and the nut right here will hold the gear on, so it won't drop. It'll also keep the bearings engaged, so they won't drop either. Otherwise, all those little needle bearings will fall out. You got to put everything apart. And everything has to be all taken apart and put back together again. If we keep it together like this, then it won't fall apart. We don't have to take it apart. Okay, it's in there now, so it won't fall apart. That makes it a little easier. Okay, get this out of the way. Okay, so now we have the high gear bearing, or not high gear, we got the main shaft bearing is out. See how it came completely out of the case. Now usually I just drop it down a little bit and I catch it on the bottom of the case and I beat it that way, but I can't do that because I have gears in here. So now I'm going to attempt to pull this off without damaging it, which could be interesting. That's going to require another tool. 3-jaw puller of some type. What do we got laying around here? There's a small one right there. Let's see here, some piece of Taiwan garbage here. I haven't used this in a long time, it's all dirty. Alright, let me clean this off, we'll be back.